what's going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the debut album by American rock band The Academy Is, based on this particular product. It's called Almost Here, and it came out in the winter of 2005. Now within these pairs, I'm starting to catch up pretty good with The Academy Is for these pitch album within the Hit Tough phrase. Now there are a couple more albums to get towards within pitch like that, but I've reviewed at least a couple that came out in like the mid-late 2000s pitch like this. Is a Hit Tough phrase. They had particular one of which was a 2006 EP, so it's good pitches like that within these Hit Tough phrase, but I have not gotten to the 2008 album within pitches like that yet, but I'm going to get towards soon within these type products amongst it. And also the fray, there is, as of March, April 2026, a recent type album that came out with some phrase after that. It's been since 2008 since they've dropped anything, which is their 2026 album. So pitches like that, as far as these phrases going to have banging type nest, this Vans Warp kind of staple. Although I'm not as full on sure if they were part of Vans Warp, I think it's likely that they were pitched like that. Some of those Hit Tough folks, Fall Out Boy, particular Newfound Glory, Panic at the Disco, a bunch of folks like that, Blood on the Dance Floor, plenty of these Hit Tough folks in the aspects as far as like the fray kind of have. So pitch as far as saying Pop Roach and certain types of sense of a pitch like that, as far as saying getting towards the here, real good staples, some of these Hit Tough phrases within the main de facto typeness. I think for a certain spell, for a certain while amongst like the mid-late 2000s pitch like that, it was kind of the competition that between some of this actually came out a little bit before Fall Out Boys from Under the Cork Tree from early mid 2005, which was a large deal and staple throughout MTV and VH1 pitch like that. So that consistent type airplay, but the fair amongst this band was this was hitting enough in the emo type fair and the blowout that was kind of going along with pitch like that. It's like Hot Topic and fairs like that started to get more centralized. But the pitch behind it, this album kind of did that without any large spread type staple. And it's the same thing I noticed with like their 2007 albums and some of those further type ones. Is this had a lot of hit type appeal. It's definitely within the familiarity once you knew about it within the commonplace. But it's the pitch for saying that it didn't have like the hits. Like when you think of like a little less 16 Candles, little hit songs like Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy and a little less 16 Candles, songs that pitched from like 2005 to fair, and also like I should know these singles pitched like that. I listen to them on the regular, the ones from Infinity on High from 2007. Some of these type ones, this ain't a scene, it's an arms race, and Thanks for Memory, some of ones like that, and also pitches like Panic at the Disco with hit songs like The Only Difference Between Martyrdom and Suicide in particular is But It's Better If You Do, and Build God Then We'll Talk, some of ones like that, and other type ones like there's one more I'm trying to think of. There's one more I'm trying to think of off that album with the pitch. Yeah, I Write Sins Not Tragedy. I Write Sins Not Tragedies, which is all I Write Sins Not Tragedies, which is a large spread type one within those aspects. So pitch like that, some type ones in the aspects as far as saying within the pitch as far as getting towards it here. So this is really this banner kind of make weight within like the emo type fold that was kind of going along with some of those affairs between Green Day, American Idiot, and like My Chemical Romance with 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. Some of those loud pack type ones, those kind of with the pitch like banner type ones. Like when you think of Southern hip hop, some of that phrase, and you think of like T.I.'s King, Young Dro's Best Thing, Smokin', Young Jock's New Jock City, Rick Ross's Port of Miami. Some of the ones that are kind of staple type ones when you think of late 2000s, mid 2000s kind of hip hop or Southern hip hop type phrase pitch like that. Lil Wayne's The Carter 2 and Carter 1, some type ones like that. This particular one is one of those type ones that's within that. Not so much it's more than 3, so it's not necessarily trifecta, but it's kind of pitches. Kind of that particular emo kind of Hot Topic type conglomerate that kind of popped up throughout like the mid and late 2000s. Some of those type pitches that seemed like it kicked off with like American Idiot, and then also like 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. But some of those banner type nests is good, nice pitches amongst those type phrase, but just did it without like the large spread type staple pitch like that. And it's not as if it didn't have the hits, but it's the phrase for saying this is more. This has the aspect of being centralized, like the fair, just like date evening type pop ups pitch like that. Some of the fair is also the product. It does have some music type fair on here to kind of get the product of it done within pitches, either having gothie kind of tag along since the pitch kind of get the product of it done, and just simple kind of pickups within phrase like particular. Even some, there were some fairs that kind of struck me amongst the sounds. Some of these pitches of also picking up not just strictly like sweets and junk food type fairs within pitches. Possibly having some of the phrase of picking up like pears or plums or something like that. So it's the pitch kind of within the product. Just the extra type fair as far as just the aspect just on top of it. It's the pitch as far as saying getting towards like the fare. But obviously the tear up is definitely on here. Restaurant type fare pitch like that. Get some salsa in your system, send stuff fare, some sparkling waters, just good pitches, just ice cold type pitches like that. Send stuff products amongst it. Very similar to like the Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy type fare, but just kind of more amidst the fray. These particular tunes are more in the album cut type format, so it kind of has it sink in a little bit more, where it's kind of the product of getting deep within the meat of like the combo type verse and pitch like that, not just the product of like when you think of, but it's better if you do and some stuff pitch like that, where it's kind of afraid of just like within the radio type aspect. But it's kind of the pitch, whether or not you catch some of these at like a standard kind of McAllister's and places, some of these stuff places like that out within the product of it, Applebee's pitch like that, maybe back in 2007, 2009 was kind of pitch for us. It's not as if it wasn't ever. It's the pitch for us saying it's kind of product just paying attention like the varieties of them good nice collect like the banner type nest, like alternative type folds pitch like that. But hit type phrase, just good definite 2000s highlight pitch like that as far as these phrases go. But just the pitch as far as saying this has more focus on like the pitch of just within the aspect of paying attention within gothie type versus pitch as far as saying just particular, this is just kind of like Panic at the Disco from 2005, and also traces the Fall Out Boy, but without Fall Out Boy is kind of more rampant kind of summer romps, and without Panic at the Disco is kind of spasticness and just kind of less attentiveness. The pitch as far as saying more focus, particularly on gothy here as far as the pitch can have, which is not a problem whatsoever. But the pitch as far as saying just the product of this active kind of city. Not so much the full bound say sitting still type phrase, but just kind of more attentive with them pitch as far as paying attention like the aspect as far as like fraternized type activity pitch like that. So some of those type products amongst it, but it's kind of within the tone. It's kind of a leveled out kind of Panic at the Disco good pitch like that. So hit that phrase. But the aspect for us saying good pitches. So there are 3 singles off the sounds for us these pitches can have. And check marks is hitting off here. It's a good nice one. Now really, this particular song only charted in Europe pitch like that. So it's interesting. It's kind of strange this particular album, despite the popularity, it kind of had some cult type appeal in the United States pitch like that. But none of these particular songs charted like that. It's kind of pitch. I question if it was even on the rock charts. Wikipedia does not really seem to designate that fair. Just as far as saying, but check marks hitting type one, it's like a good roundabout kind of city surf to get towards there. Just pair pickups for gothy pitch like that. Sounds like there's Caesar salad kind of day. Sounds to pitch just make up. Whip up like a good Caesar salad. Sounds like pitch within the product of the getting towards it within pitch like that. Sounds like ones or a Greek salad. Some of those type pitch like that. It's kind of afraid of just having something within the health bound typeness. Kind of just have like as a venture from like the usual type phrase like the strictly getting shit faced with them probably, with them probably if it is kind of proactive, just routine kind of, gin bottles and shit like that. So it's kind of the product just having like some of these salad days in there kind of on top of it. But just the pitch. Definitely me personally, so on this pitch like that, I'm gonna have some vodka ups in there on top of that, but it's just the pitch for us saying just the product just paying attention to just kind of keeping the tone of this. Making sure particular gothy's not having frequent visits like doctor appointments and pitch like that within the phrase, just like the consistent type there. So it's just paying attention, within dietitian type parents, so the pitch of what the recommendations kind of be pitch like that. Just hit that phrase. Caesar salad days pitch like that. A nice date evening, kind of step out in this good particular orangey skies kind of city circuit pitch like that amongst the roundabout type. And it's also good for your pals pitch like that, but it's kind of some of that particular type frolic of this definitely for like the gang as a whole, starlets in mind pitch like that, just trying to get towards like snow bunny type fair within pitch one. It's more for your dogs pitch like that, but hit that phrase definitely gothy in mind pitch like that. Slow down's the hitting type one. Good nice one here is like a fluttery kind of restaurant, kind of outdoor dine and satin speak as far as express guys. So kind of paying attention within the product to just being more softcore and quaint as far as these first guys. So it's good nice pitches among good nice pitches amongst these products, just kind of within the tone, just kind of it's kind of pulling punches. It's not within the product of being temperamental pitch like that, but it's kind of the tones with standard miss. Just you're right. Some of the stuff there is just saying those sorts of things. So it's galley pitch like that, but just kind of the product of you're right, which is weird as far as this first guy. It's kind of product for saying it kind of feels like an oxymoron, kind of saying that just some Twilight Zone type shit as far as the first guy. No, within pitch as far as just the product, not my opinion, not being like. My opinion, not hammerings all night pitch like that. In my opinion, not burning miss all night pitch like that amongst these phrases for the first guy, but just the pitch as far as some of these type products kind of within it, just kind of the aspect. Are you sure you're you today? How many Snickers have you had pitch like that? If you remember those particular just pitches. that particular type phrase, question how many full bound within pitch. Remembering like those Snickers commercials where it said you're not you when you don't have those, but it's pitched like that. If you have to walk aside that particular joke for folks, that makes it's probably even funnier within those phrases for those pitch kind of, but just hit that phrase kind of amongst it. But they don't get it. I know you're used to dog food pitch like that, but hit that phrase for us, the aspect kind of happen. Just pitch like that. Kibbles and bits, fairs like that. But the pitch as far as saying, the phrase that pays hitting off here is the third single, good pitch like that. It's like a solid kind of fallout boy and panic kind of date evening initials within sensitive products here as far as the pitch can happen. It's just salsa chips, fairs like that, get in your system, gal system, pitch like that, sensitive phrase. Ice cold waters, definitely pitch like that. To some of those type phrases, definitely amongst the Sierra mists and waters, good pitch like that. Amongst that type step out goes pretty well with slow down, but just not quite as syrupy this time within pitch like that. But good, nice phrase. City square type ness on top of that. A definite type buzz single pitch like that. So it's just those further type phrases. Definitely the backup type noise for the pitch. Fits like a glove for like the pitch as far as paying attention like the aspects of Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco and some of those type folks pitch like that. Some of those type phrases. Just a good hand in hand type phrase for them pitch like that. So further type, just make weight and pitch like that. Now it's just with them pitch. Probably would also throw in Coheed and Cambria. That's some good nice folks on top of that with some of those type pitches. Would definitely say Green Day, but they really didn't post it all after 2004 until way out in 2009. But some of those type pitches, good pitches like that. Further type aspects, good pitches here. Down and out's the nice type ones, like a syrupy kind of sun pier and punk romance, kind of get towards your pitch like that. Just catch some vapors with standard gal pitch like that. Just paying attention like the product, just interesting type fairs. Just do tells, definitely pitch like that. Some Muzak kind of unvent fairs like that. Just paying attention like the brightest for us, like the pitch behind. Talking about the day blase and pitch like that. This TV's kind of on some of the pitch like that. Kind of the product is prime time type aspects. Some of the pitch where it would be. I think it's home improvement. Some of the stuff Ferris King of Queens. Some of the stuff pitch like that. Just aspects like those phrases. Standard leftover type products. To just the goings on. Definitely vapors pitch like that. This kind of product. Your particular fridge looks like the Amazon as far as those pitch. I'm paying attention like the phrase, just all the rampant type things are kind of going along with the pitch like that. It's kind of interesting type fairs catching vapors like that as far as those pitch, but definitely do tell type phrase. It's kind of porch ketchup pitch like that. Hit type phrase. It's kind of syrup. Good, nice one. Goes along pretty well. Slow down, but just more homestead type one within pitch like that. Black Mamba's hitting off here is like a smooth kind of alt rock dredge to get towards here and commute within some of the pitches. Get bills paid fares like that. It's kind of some delayed come through within those aspects. The kind of product kind of struck me as more kind of the product within those pitches as far as like come throughs, but just kind of the product of this. Not so much not wanting to do it, but just kind of put off type fare within pitch. If you're going to do it Monday, it's more Wednesday or something like that within those pitches. Just kind of delayed by days. Some of those type pitches just need to get toast the product to catch up type phrase, but kind of the pitch. Definitely have some doubles going along with that as far as the pitch can happen. Now within the product, if it's just like work or something like that, or music, personal business type fare within those pitches, kind of product, just extracurricular type just to get towards, but with it, pay attention like gallon mine, some of the pitch, just kind of double the efforts, some of the pitches, not. It's not so much double the efforts in terms of more harshness within the product of getting it done with the pitches. Just have it, just like particularly if you're going to get like one box of Oreos, something like that, get two of them, pitch like this, kind of the phrase of this. It's kind of pitch when you pay attention to like those particular aspects within the tone to like come through tough fashions. Usually pitch or just falling behind some of the pitches. It's kind of the product that just making up for it twice over for like the lateness stuff. Actually, it's just kind of interest stuff where you just would say within pitch like this kind of product. If it is something that's just been kind of like, oh, it's going to do, it's kind of within the, it's kind of have like the preventation of not having like that reputation for kind of the not the not come through some pitch like this. Kind of variety, just keeping up with some of the pitches, bona fide typeness. Two croissants instead of one pitch like that. Just hit that phrase. Just take the edge off that fair. It's good pitch like that. Hit that products amongst it. Attention is hitting off here. It's like a good post hour kind of hop towards within these pitches. Good aspects here. It's like a bleary kind of Fritos grab sense to pitch amongst it. Just kind of visit and pleasantries to interferes just with like communion neighborhood. Neighborhood type phrase pitch like that. Just gothie or galley next door sense to pitch like that. It's good nice fair within the product like the neighborhood kind of commotion, just connect for students sense the pitch kind of product, just hey. haven't beaten you at Connect 4 recently. That's kind of a problem. Some stuff pitch like that. No, then probably Connect 4, the game with like the checkers, for those press kind of just some stuff pitch like that. Something within the product, just dippy typeness, but it's the product kind of amongst it. Season is nice off here as well as like a hitting kind of evening scene embellished to get towards here and fraternize as far as these first kind of just salsa chips, definitely what the dealios kind of is pitch like that, standard just particular just congregate pitch like that. Some of those type ones definitely goes hand in hand with like Coheed and Cambria, Panic at the Disco, fairs like that. It's kind of some joshing unthought to get to it. So kind of some of those type ones, just the initial type product probably within the pitch. Now within the product nowadays type fashion is probably more just having MP3 player, just the product just like loud pack within vehicle wise type, and just kind of catch some of these type ones before going to the fraternize, but it's pitch for us. Some of these type ones, definitely the aspect of like the particular fair, bowling alley type fair, and just shopping mall type kickback within some of the pitches like that. I suppose the phrase going to happen. Good food court kind of ness within some of the products for us. The pitch going to happen. Goes along pretty well with like slow down, but just kind of less. Goes along with slow down and check marks pretty well pitched like that, but yeah, particularly season goes along pretty well with the phrase that pays pitch like that, but phrase that pays more the initial type product, probably 545, 615 pitch like that. Season a little bit more with the product just loosening up first like that, get the initial type gin and tonics in your system first like that, just a product like salsa chips first like that, good nice pitches. Definitely dealios with standard starlight pitch like that, sunset price is kind of the product. Your hair looks great, good pitch like that amongst these sprays for us. These pitch can happen. Skeptics and True Believers is hitting off here as well. Good pitch like that. It's like a dope kind of stone sour style, kind of through the glass type everyday within pitch like that. Just through glass everyday type trudge. It's been a little bit since I've full bound listened within the product. This actually came out before Through Glass by Stone Sour pitch like that. That actually came out in like the summer or so of 2006. So it's a good nice pitch of some of that familiarity within pitch like that. It's one of those kind of everyday type trudge type ones. Get some quarter pounders in your system first like that from McDonald's. Good pitch like that. It's definitely some of those stretch show ones. Definitely reminds like Trapped and Papa Roach fairs like that. Some of that pitch that has more of like a variety of like alt metal and kind of also particular vibes of like new metal within certain type pitch. One of those type ones is standard kind of without much. If it's just the aimless kind of trudge, it definitely just the product just picking up like Taco Bell or standard Frito type fairs pitch like that. Some surprise, but definitely the pitch of just quarter pounds within vehicle typeness to just dredge along pitch like that. Classifieds is hitting off here as well. Classifieds is hitting off here as well as like a solid embark and post drama kind of care package to get towards your pitch like that. So kind of the products, some of those type ones, kind of an embark then pitch it just after like prom night, date evening, some stuff pitch. Now prom night back in the prom night back. Prom night back in more adolescent type days, but just the pitch of like standard type fair, just like the particular collect of like dance evening pitches like that, particular bigger nights with mess as far as these first guys within pitch, just like the product to just like post kind of like a good collect and rendezvous with standard gothie and starlets as far as this pitch can happen. Just folks in general, this collective like occasion pitch like this, just some good care packs gonna get towards this hairspray kind of good hairspray and Macy's kind of gear to pick up some of the stuff pitch kind of amongst the product to just next moves within the product, just figuring out the fray, just like goings onto some parkside kind of vodka and pitches like that. Yeah, Classified is very much within the style like Blink-182 pitch like that. Just some of those type ones with just like the 3 o'clock kind of 4:30 p.m. kind of post hour type, and just kind of get to us in the product. Just like next most kind of like, all right, well that's taken care of. What's next? Some of those stuff pitch like that. As far as the varieties going to happen, but yeah, hairspray pickups, Macy's type gear pitch like that. Just eyeshadow pitches, some of those type varieties. It's not within every last time since the pitch is having to have the shell out, 45. $53, something like that, or $27, something within those pitch. But it's probably some of that type of pitch like that's kind of within jostle this outing type trudge pitch like that. Almost here is hitting within these pitches. The title track off the sound good pitch like that. It's like a banging emo kind of joyride and post hour release to get towards here good pitch like that. Is bullshit hours. I definitely say some of the products 4:30, 5:45 pitch like that. Just grab like Subway with your pals. Just some main pack. Definitely get towards pitch like that. Get some smoke product in here. Kind of pitch. Hotbox have some within a certain type of sense within the legality of it, but just kind of pitch for us and just joyride type ness, McAllister type hours pitches. Some of those type ones within aspects like that. Apple. Other type phrases in the product, just like Wingstop and some stuff pitch to kind of get like some Yeah, some kind of snackage within the prayer, taking the edge off type pairs in your system, pairs like this. Yeah, definitely bullshit hours, just the post type, post up, good pitch like that, as opposed to the phrase chunk up the disc, figure out the product, just some meme pack and pitch like that. Yeah, to definitely say Subway type Sammys for another type thing within pitch like that. But hit type phrase, it's kind of surprised that there's not more songs like this off here in terms of like the collect, the like, the embark within since I pitched a disc. The break free I've got done with the music type phrase. It has like degrees of music on here. It says like degrees of music on here within certain type pitches, but kind of product is more within like the bills paid, just like the product as far as saying. It's kind of just 5 o'clock. It's kind of like this more steadfast kind of within product of juggling within the products of extra goings on pitch like that. But this one of those type ones kind of have like the release of just kind of done with the day pitch like that. Pals are long since the pitch to really get towards the tear of just within the product. This extra type phrase to just kind of meme pack and bullshit as far as this pitch goes. So good, nice pitch within Sons of Affairs, kind of the product. So yeah, it's kind of the pitch for us saying paying attention to gothie pitch like that, Sons of Affairs, alti, Sons of pitch like that, and I'll say altis, but paying attention to gothie pitch like that, alt miss as far as these pairs gonna have in Hottopic type starlet within Sons of pitch. Also the variety just on top of that, just standard just folks in general with your pals, good post up songs stuff. Just kind of some trudge type songs off here. The pitch disc within the product of pals pitch like that. It's kind of more within variety just bowling alley type fairs and wing stuff type places where it's going to be kind of the product of disc kind of hot to trot, kind of an Adam Levine and Brent. It's just more within the variety. Just more within the varieties of Adam Levine and Brendan Urie type vibes from the pitch of just trying to have like that sparky typeness of gab up a storm. Gab up a storm, flame miss out as far as this pitch goes. But the hit type phrase for us, and just on top of that, this date evening type damage pitch like that, but just the product of like the jugglings with the goings on kind of it, just more focused on like particular more focused on particular alt miss type activity, and then get into the product of like the communion, like the extracurricular typeness that goes along with like the products of just the curriculum with like the extra stuff here, the bills paid leading to like the product of some of these stuff here is just the product like some pickups on top of that, the standard phrase that just getting done with music, and then some joyrides with pals, just figuring out the next most before getting towards like more Friday, Saturday type material. So pitch like that within those aspects just does that without a particular large spread type singles. That's the only real nash about this sound, but still 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 score off the sound. I'd say social score would more, yeah, pretty much gets a 10 out of 10 with these pitches. The variety, the hitting type appeal pitch like that. It's pretty banner within like the aspect of like a good swoop to pick up, a good assortment of these. Fall Out Boy, Coheed and Cambria, Green Day, My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco, sense of folks like that. Some further type ones than pitch like that. Newfound Glory, Good Charlotte, folks like that, sense of folks. So plenty of those type ones than pitch like that. It's bannered, vanilla typeness, good excellent products within the hit type fair, just Hottopic type staple, definitely pitch like that. So within varieties, in terms of the future, good aspect amongst these phrases, particular. The Academy has dropped to 26 ounce of pitch like that. I'm going to start getting to. And start getting towards some more of these type ones down the road within these sorts of pitches. So stay tuned for some of those type ones we have. It's definite classic, great debut pitch like this. Some banner typeness. It's also on the Fueled by Ramen, particular Fall Out Boy type label. So good, nice pitch within that hit type field. Definitely a staple in like Hottopic type air and just in general.